Hello everyone, my name is Lake. I'm currently an undergrad with a double major in computer science and game design. This month I've been working on Lunar Eclipse, a first-person shooter about stopping Lovecraftian monsters from devouring planets. I've got the first weapon and both abilities implemented. Planets fall apart when they take damage and you can lose, and I've got all four of the bosses in. But I've got a problem. It just isn't fun. But for once, I actually know why. But before we talk about it, I want to clarify, if I had something closer to 3 months to build this project, I would scrap all my existing designs. I would keep the base concept and the tech that lets planets be destroyed, and other than that, I'd virtually start over. I kind of think that's what you should do if a game isn't fun, because that's like the whole point. But since we don't have time, band-aids, bullet wounds, let's move on. So, why isn't it fun? Because there isn't a gameplay loop. There's just an immutable gameplay state that doesn't go anywhere. Since this game is basically a series of boss battles, think about a good boss battle. We're going to use Hollow Knight versus Grimm here. They have a handful of different attacks, and you have a handful of things you can do. And the boss battle really feels good. It's kind of like a dance. And the reason it does this is because you both know what to do when the other person does something. So Grimm does one attack, you do your defense, you do an attack, Grimm does a different attack. You get this kind of back and forth. So let's move back to Lunar Eclipse here. Take a look at Slogoth, the second boss. He's got a flamethrower attack that damages the planet. It shoots out lasers that track you down, and it's got a drill that explodes for massive damage, but it's slow moving and you can grab it with telekinesis. I think it's my best boss, but simultaneously it's the perfect reason for why I think my designs aren't working for this game. Let's actually hop into a match and walk through it. So it starts, you shoot Slogoth, you can get in some chip damage, maybe throw a rock with telekinesis if you think it'll recharge before the drill attack happens. But here's the first issue. You have no idea when that drill attack will come. Sure, there's kind of like a wind-up animation to give it some impact, but that's maybe a quarter of a second, and that's really not the biggest issue. It shoots the drill, you grab it and throw it back, all while still blasting your laser gun. Next it does flamethrower, nothing you can do about that, so you just keep shooting. Then it fires lasers at you, and you move to dodge, but because of the weird planetary gravity, you are already kind of moving out of the way anyway. And that's kind of the problem. Boss does something, you do something, but you never need to change what you're doing for the entire boss battle, and more importantly, from one boss to the other. So since I don't have time to change everything, let's change what we can. First, I want the player to always have two abilities, telekinesis and barricade, which is a big projector shield like Reinhardt, and maybe a third option if we have time. I don't know, or if I think of something good. Next, I want to increase player mobility, maybe move speed. I think the biggest thing is that it's hard to change directions right now, but that way you'll be able to accurately position yourself in combat. And the biggest change, bosses need to telegraph their attacks, not by a quarter of a second, but by like 5 to 10 seconds. And then it just needs to go like big explosion, laser, big impact, everything, so that wind up was worth it. Just a side note here, things generally feel better if everything is squishy, both you and the boss. So bosses have lower health, you get killed in 2 or 3 hits, that kind of thing. So what do I think this is going to do for the loop? Let's walk through the first boss, but we're going to talk about as if I've already implemented these changes. This is the first boss I designed, Gazer. He's got a big laser, he spawns many weird eyeball things that shoot at you, and he throws out these tiny horns that explodes. So let's walk through the match. He goes to do his big laser, but he's got a big windup and you see it coming, laser particles building up on his eye. Now, since you can position faster, you can get between you and the planet, throw up your barrier, block the laser, you save the planet from taking a lot of damage, which I think I need to make the planet squishier too. So then he shoots his horns out. You see it coming, but it's got a weird angle. Barricade is on cooldown. So you can either shoot the laser rifle to destroy those horns, dropping damage from him, or you can grab, I think I've shoot 3 horns, but you can grab one of them with telekinesis to at least lessen the damage. So then next attack, he shoots out these mini eye things, which were designed as just a distraction that can kill you quickly if you get overwhelmed. And I do think that already works here, but it works even more if they're distracting you from an interesting fight, not just a DPS race. So I think that's the whole plan. I'll see everyone in about 2 more weeks. Be sure you subscribe so you can see when that new video comes out. And hopefully I'll be able to make the game fun by then. And we'll have a full release on my itch.io page. See you guys then. Wish me luck.